Hört man uns schon?
Man hört es schon, ja.
Oh shit.
Ja, ist gut. So, bitte.
So,
What up, everybody?
semi-final number 1. We
Yes.
have Max playing against the deck he previously played against in Rakdos. More so aggro compared to my more mid-range build. I mean, not much to say about the matchup. We've seen it
So
before.
we
I think
talked.
Benny is hoping to get a fast start.
Benny's
He looks
on
to
the
be
play.
on the play.
That's quite interesting. We talked with Max before the game. He said Rakdos is a pretty good matchup for him, but he did some interesting cuts. For example, he put out Fury, which would be kind of handy in this matchup, I would say. Warte. Ich zeig dir. Da. Yes. And we see Benny's on the play and cast Dreadfuge. And let's see another Dreadfuge Lightning Word. And Spell Pierce. Oh, the Spell Pierce is interesting because Benny can play around it now. So you would probably take the Lightning Bolt, right?
There's also a Dreadfuge in
Max
I mean, like, that's the problem in this kind of mirror decks, like discard versus discard.
Mhm.
It feels so awkward to play a discard spell and then take the discard spell from the opponent, you
Yeah.
know? It's like nice, you played a peek without drawing a card, something like this, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Depends on what he probably wants to get out of it.
But
If
he
he probably will take the
yeah.
bolt. That would be my assumption because he might want to protect his early game
yeah.
creatures.
But maybe he's also taking the Dreadfuge.
Yeah,
He's probably kind of forced to take it because
Yeah.
otherwise his first threat is instantly gonna
yeah.
get taken away.
I mean, it's always contextual to
I mean,
what's
like,
in his hand.
The Spell Pierce is really interesting because he can play around it now. But maybe Benny is short on lands and then he has to take the Spell Pierce.
He takes the pyro gun. Interesting.
That's not working.
Okay. I was like, what the heck?
But I mean, good decision.
Benny is always keen on visibly seeing all the cards being laid out.
My match against him, it was like, I don't know. he was grabbing all the cards from me, looking. So
No hard feelings.
I guess we can maybe look up Pyrograph. He's taking the Spell Pierce, interesting. So what I would say, what info is this giving to us? That he has not a lot of lands in his hand, and is like, oh, Max top decked Frog. Frog is crazy. Frog is crazy in this matchup. Because if Benny doesn't have a removal spell, you can look up Frog maybe. What's the name? Psycho Frog, yeah. Or Psychic Frog? Nope. Yes, I think like this. Let's see. Yes, see, here's the Frog. And he has an Inquisition. So he's probably gonna take the Frog now, right? Because otherwise
Can't see him really taking
the Frog is like crazy, right?
anything else.
The thing is, against Frog, you have to have a hard removal spell, otherwise it's hard to get rid of it. Frog is constantly drawing cards.
Yeah.
Is a good blocker.
Protects your graveyard.
Yeah, correct. So, okay, I don't know the name, but it's like a 2/1 creature. He can get back with, I don't know, if he has, I think, took damage or has a slow on card, something like this, then he can return it from the graveyard. So yeah, let's see. What is this chat saying? Okay, what is Max doing now? Let's see. He's just passing. Oh, Benny's playing again. Dark Confident, this is getting bullded, of course. Never give them the card draw because otherwise you're not trading 1 for 1. Yeah, here we are. Okay, when he's committing a crime, he can pay 1 and get it back. But it can't block, so... But are you sure that's this card? I think the artwork is different. I think it's a different card.
Sure.
Oh. Das ist, glaube ich, der andere einzelne. Okay, Max is hardcasting Decklists. That's pretty nice. Oh, K-Command, Unearth. So, what would you take? Probably the Unearth, I would say. But he's taking K-Command. Okay, interesting. That means... Yeah, okay, good decision. Benny can unearth his Dark Confident and trying to get value. I think I saw a Brainstorm in Max's hand, but I'm not sure. We still know about the Pyrogolf, so if Max has a 4th land, he can kill the Dark Confident who's coming back with the Unearth. Yep. Let's see. Does he has the... Yeah, there's the Dark Confident. Does he has the 4th land? Let's see. And he does. Nice. So this is now a big value, right? Because the golf is like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4/5 creature who's instantly killing the Dark Confident. So Benny has to find a removal spell.
Or he's cooked.
Or the golf is locking down. The golf is locking down the deck. Right. And this is why the matchup is so good, I would say. Max has like these kind of creatures. Was really good in the late game. Max has probably like not that many dead top decks. For example, if Benny is top decking like a discard spell now, dead hand. Philip is flaming everybody. Tell them to move the life totals into view. Good point. Ja, ein bisschen mehr nach innen. Ja, man sieht's. Interesting. Benny did a risky attack into the golf.
Just to trigger his stalker, or what was the point? He can get it back. I mean.
Yeah, maybe he was saying like, if Max is scared of a lightning bolt, he will not block, so 3 damage.
No.
Okay, Max. Brainstorm and...
It's preordaining.
And yeah, but the preordain is showing Brainstorm and...
Tainted Pact.
Tainted Pact, correct. Yeah, let's look up Tainted Pact. It's a really interesting card. Because it's like Demonic Tutor. But not Demonic Tutor. It's instant speed and you remove or you reveal cards from the top, you put them into exile. And you can stop at any point and take this card into your hand.
Unless you hit the same card twice.
Correct.
So Max presumably only plays 1 of each, no 2 basics of
correct.
each card. So essentially for him it's an instant speed DG.
In Highlander it doesn't really matter because you can only play every card once, but you can play more basics. But of course, if you play Tainted Pact, you don't play more basics. Okay, let's see. Max is thinking. What is Max doing? So this wait. Wie heißt der nochmal? Den können wir vielleicht nochmal. So, Torch, bla bla bla.
Der?
Nee, genau, den auch, der ist auch gut. there's the torch. That's the Torak. That's the card in Benny's hand right now. It's not doing much as a 2-1. It's only like really good if you kicker it. Then you are also playing like a Hymn the Torak onto your opponent, and the guy is getting big. But right now Benny is two lands away, so
Yeah,
it's
massively.
probably like really unlikely that this card is ever gonna do something. What is this? I think it's Flame Slash, maybe. Oh no, it's a 2-mana card. Oh, I think it's Price Progress.
Are you sure?
And Price would be actually really interesting because right now it would deal 8 with
9.
fetch land.
No, it's 9.
10. He can fetch in response. Tag 9. So actually, Max is on 4 life.
If it is a prize. Maybe chat can help.
I'm pretty sure that's a prize, but I don't know. So I guess Max is trying to find something with the Tainted Pact, like an answer. And there comes the guy back, yes, because I think Max took damage, he can return it, or Max lost life. He can return it.
Yeah, it's a prize.
Yeah, it's a prize. Pretty sure. Yeah. Chat is also saying it's a prize. Thank you, chat. Okay. Let's see. Max is fetching. Okay. So right now, if the prize would resolve, that would be 10 damage. Let's see.
No, it definitely would be. Okay.
Maybe with the Tainted Pact, he could search for another Golf and trigger the Pyrogolf again. That would be actually funny. But I mean, like, he has to find an answer for the prize, right? Spellpiece is already gone. So
I mean, he has a Tainted Pact, he can just easily access a discard spell.
Benny is
He's
tilted,
throwing
his cards as always as an opponent. Opt. Leave it on top. And attack. Don't forget, the untapped creature can't block, so actually no chance to block this guy here. 3 damage for Max. Brazen Burrow is interesting. So now's the thing, why
No, he's
did Benny
right,
draw
right.
a card? So he has like a hidden card in his hand and we don't see it? Or did he just play something? No. I don't think so. Mental misstep, taking 2. Okay. And there's another 1-drop and that's the Knight blah blah blah. I don't know the name. So if your opponent took 4 or more damage this turn, it gets a counter and gets lifelink, I think. Something like this. Yeah. All the good 1-drops in the world. So far Benny can cast everything with his 2 lands. Yes, here we go. Correct. At the beginning of your end step, if a player lost 4 more life, put a +1/+1 counter. See, and the key thing is it can get +3/+3 in left touch, so it's dealing 4 damage and getting a +1/+1 counter. It's also like really hard to trade because the death touch plus the +3/+3, so like it's real hard to trade is the wrong saying. It's really hard to block this guy because you always will trade.
What was the reason behind him not just jamming the price in the turn before?
Good question. Probably he's scared of something. I mean, like, he doesn't have to do it right now, right? He's ahead on board. He can, like, still just attack. Max has to handle the creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, if Max is, like, out of gas, he's maybe playing the prize. Who knows? I think Max has, for example, only 2 cards in hand. So see, now is he taking 4 damage again, going to 2. The creature is gonna get a counter again. But yeah, if he's getting through with the Goyf, he can just go for Lightning Bolt with the Tainted Pact. But in response, Benny can play the prize, for example. So I think I would just say go right now. Let's see. Interesting game so far. Really great comeback from Benny.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe Max was a bit too careful with the Tainted Pact. Maybe he should have casted it earlier to, like, get ahead. Maybe.
Yeah, and a lot of the 1-drops in Benny's deck are also quite pesty against tempo mid-range decks.
Hard to remove it, right.
Yeah.
Oh, Cycling Troll. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think right now it's just a function of getting another land drop because it's just a wasted card in your hand.
Yeah. Makes sense. Let's see if Benny remembers that he's getting a trigger.
And here comes the Borrower.
Oh, we forgot about this.
And now it's the question, do you cast the price in response? Go for...
Yeah, now you can go for... Yes, for Force of Negation or Days or something like this.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Do we have an island? Yes, so we can easily Days at this time. The thing is he going for Force of Negation or for Days? Because
we saw just our spicy Pyroblast in this deck.
Force of Negation, yeah. Easy peasy. And that's countered. Benny is tilted.
Okay. So that was the first game. Tight play by Max.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the Borrower. Good thing.
Yeah, Max told me the round before he tagged a bit by adding the Pyroblast because he assumed I would be playing Doomsday Storm today. So it has a little bit more application compared to what he ultimately ended up playing against the Rakdos.
He was, of course, also scared of me, so Pyroblast also really good against me.
Yeah.
Can counter any blue card. Can destroy any blue permanent, for example, Oculus or Frog, which is really insane for just 1 mana.
Yeah.
Also Tamio.
I think against yours, against Reanimator, it's probably even a bit better than against Doomsday.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a mystical cantrips, but all the other blue cards
also
are
good
not
against
super relevant.
Scapeshift, against Johnny on Scapeshift, because you can counter Teferi, for example, counter Uro, counter Gifts and Given. Yeah.
Mystical, I mean, it still has application in our meta
yes.
today, but
So
his first 2 matchups were a bit unfortunate for the card. Looks quite sad.
So funny.
Looks quite sad playing against Rakdos.
Unlucky.
Luckily, he didn't draw it yet.
So chat, tell me, what do you think? Is Max winning the second game and therefore going to the finals, or is Benny starting a comeback? Type 1 if you are rooting for Max, and type 2 if you're rooting for Benny. Dauert jetzt ein bisschen.
Chat doesn't seem to have favorites.
I'm all in on Max.
Okay.
That's great.
That's a 1 from Oaksham.
I have 50k betting on this boy.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me.
Philip,
are you?
our Las Vegas specialist, putting his money.
Who are you betting against? First question. Or are you betting like on a betting side? Any others in chat? Who are you? Which deck do you like more? Rakdos or Grixis Green Splash? Some guy I met at Rewe. I think he was drunk. Oh yeah. Okay. Who are you rooting for?
I'm not rooting for anyone. I mean, I would of course love to see Rakdos getting a revenge on Grixis after having lost to it in the first round. But Max, of course, beautiful person,
Yes.
always nice, always
Fair
always
play.
playing tight, always playing fairly. So I don't have a horse in this race, but I'm just
So-
looking forward to seeing what's ahead of us.
Of course, I also have to root for Max because I lost against Benny. So hopefully Benny is getting kicked out by Max. But we are commentators, so
We have
we
to
are
be
of
neutral.
course completely neutral. But yeah, let's see what is happening. So I think Benny is taking a mulligan and Max is probably keeping. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, we can do stuff. Jetzt ist die Frage, was ist Player 2? Okay, apparently this is player 1.
Levin highly confused with all the
With all the
requirements of
techniques.
streaming. I mean, we are just stepping in here for our two mainstay commentators, aficionados, professionals, whatever you want to call
Oh
them.
wait,
in the
what?
end.
No, I don't
Algeria.
wanna
We are
sell a
the-
color, and now we can change
Yeah.
it to red. Okay, we got it. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, I think Max's deck
Yeah.
has a lot of recursion.
Benny Mulligan
Mulli-
2-5. Looks
he's
like.
going to 5?
I mean, like, did he draw a hand? I was not looking at the gameplay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to change.
The intensity of putting his deck on the playmat suggested he probably is taking the mulligan.
Oh. Detective Willy
Yeah,
finding out all the clues.
of course. And that's something you really don't wanna do.
Yeah.
Go to 5 in the
In
semi-final
this
match.
matchup, I think on the draw, for example, it's fine because you gonna draw another card, but on the play, it's like really rough. So let's see if we can see anything. Okay, Benny's starting with Scalding Town. It looks like 4 cards, I think. Oh no, I think it's 5. So he probably only might to 6.
Yeah, we saw a little peak of a wasteland in Max's hand, being on. Yeah, that wasteland in hand.
Okay. Right now, Benny was trying to find a swamp of a Scalding Town. That's of course not working. I think the judge should step in and give a warning, but I mean, we are not competitive playing right now, so it should be fine. Oh, really interesting hand. So, 3 removal spells and 1 creature. And he's taking, I think this is Cling to Dust. Or, yeah, it's Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust, Fatal Push. and 3 lands plus.
Yeah, I probably is gonna take the push.
Yeah.
I
So
guess.
now's the question: are we going to wasteland him or not?
He probably
And I
will.
would suggest. I think
He's
we
on a
should
multi
wasteland.
5. I mean, he already did see the basic, but nevertheless, going to 5, or I don't know what he mulled on, it's easily understandable if you just keep 2 lands and taking him off an entire color.
Yeah.
Really hinders Benny's development there, in case he doesn't have 3 lands, but usually that's not one you want to keep on a multi 5 3 lands with the discard spell. I don't know.
You pull the one to the bottom. That makes sense.
But we already did see the swarm, so let's see.
So Benny is
Benny.
picking up the cards again.
Looking for some hidden information.
Maybe Max is cheating and hiding some cards between the cards. But no. Okay, let's look at some cards. Let's look up Cling to Dust.
What did he take? He took the push. Okay.
Put the field push. Okay, let's look up Cling to Dust. Okay, that's actually really interesting, this matchup, because
What are we seeing there? Max not going for the wasteland, going to.
so maybe
To
Max actually top decked a 1-drop.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he will go for Cling to Dust right now. Maybe this, if he's going for a blue-black, maybe he top decked Force Spike. That would be interesting.
Probably wouldn't have fetched already.
Yeah, good point. So probably Preordain. No, it's a
It's a
Delver.
Delver.
It's of course a Delver. Or maybe it's it's a Tamio.
Tamio, okay.
It's a Tamio. Nice. Tamio, crazy good card, especially in this matchup.
Ja, can block.
Du hast jetzt einen Commander zwischen. Yeah, it's a 0/3 flying. Nope.
Das ist immer, weil die Karten doppelt.
Ja. Yeah. Philip is writing, there's an ace of spades behind that bayou. Not finding shit. Okay, then we have to explain it. So basically it's a 1-mana 0/3 flying. Whenever it attacks, we're gonna get a clue. And if we draw our 3rd card this turn, it's flipping into a Planeswalker on the other side. And the Planeswalker is winning the game in 3 turns, because you will draw your whole library, or like half of the library, don't have to discard, and at that point it's already over. Ich glaube, es ist Doppelslash zwischen den beiden Namen.
Wie komme ich da hin?
Du kannst ja wieder zurück mit den Pfeilen. Ach so, sorry. Und
Okay, so
dann...
we see a grief over there. Probably.
Warte, wo ist ein Slash?
Das frage ich mich auch.
Ist
Hier?
Slash nicht normalerweise hier?
Aber
Ja, genau.
Okay.
Yeah, the keyboard is quite interesting. I don't know why, but did it work? Nope.
no.
Ah, unlucky. Okay, what happened actually? Benny played a grief, discarding the Cling to Dust, and afterwards he's playing an Emperor. That makes sense because, I mean, if he's trying to exile the grief with Emperor, you can just exile with the Cling to Dust.
Yeah. Snuff out being essentially a dead card in his hand right now.
Yeah, Snuff Out is not that
Nevertheless.
good in this matchup, I guess.
Barrowgolf still being scary. Probably he does have a solution in hand.
Yeah, Max
Because I
still
can see
not going
Barrowgolf.
for Wasteland,
Yeah.
which is quite interesting. I guess it makes sense because the plan is to play Barrowgolf turn 3, and if you Wasteland before, it obviously doesn't work out. Okay, Benny's going to combat, exile the grief. The interesting fact is now the fatal push. Okay, no, the fatal push got discarded. Okay, he's not going to adapt, which is also quite interesting. And now a blood moon. Blood moon would be game over.
That would be good as well.
I think if he had a blood moon, he would have
It's
played
just
it
passing,
faster.
I think. So either you adapt in upkeep now to prevent a barrel or
Maybe still in end step. You still have a blocker up and can.
I think now it
Discard.
would be his best bet.
Yep, he's going for it. Makes sense. I mean, like, he should probably go for it, but because if Max draws a removal spell, the Emperor is doing nothing. Oh, at the
He does it
upkeep.
in upkeep, yeah.
Why at upkeep? If you would have done at the end step, it would have been the same. Okay, really interesting.
I mean, you probably might want his grief to be around for the
But if you
turn,
do it at the end step, it's still
Still
around
takes on to
because
end step.
it's
Okay,
at the
next
beginning
end
of next end step sacrifice. So slightly misplay, I would say, but I guess Max didn't have a removal spell, so it didn't matter. Then, or maybe he did it after draw step. That would have made sense because then he would also see the.
He did have removal, but he couldn't cast it.
Yeah, you couldn't cast it without
His spoiled
red source. So
being dead in this point.
that's
I mean,
quite unlucky for Max, but that's the match, right? If you play so many colors and so many offlands, etc., it sometimes happens that your mana base is, I don't know, not working out, I would say. Here comes, we already saw that guy last game. It's getting counter, yes. And now we have to find something. Let's see, attacking makes sense. If we somehow can put another counter on the Emperor, we would also get the Barrowgolf, which would be quite interesting. I think Benny missed his trigger, or did he do it last turn? No, he did it. Okay.
he's got a Cycle Troll of Khazad-dûm.
Yeah, probably finding Surveil Land, I would say. Yeah, Troll also really nice card. Really good reanimation target, and at the same time it's discarding it himself, you know. Finding a land. There it is.
Max cracking a clue there.
Of course, trying still to find the red source. Let's see if he got it. Oh, that's not looking good. Nope, that's not looking like a red source. Yeah, waste landing now makes sense because then the guy's getting a counter.
Another
at
counter on the
end.
Stalker. Yeah.
So now is actually the question: did Max drawn anything? Benny in tank right now.
Looking for a land on the pact.
That's unfortunate, trying to find a land with the Tainted Pact. Yeah, fetch land. Finding a red source makes sense. Yep. Now the lightning bolt is active. But it doesn't really matter right now because the Emperor is 4/4. Interesting. I would love to see what has been or what Benny has in his hand. Oh, that's the other flip card. That's a Delver. Yeah. Benny has one hand card, not two. Okay. Did he find anything good? Ja, dann muss halt wieder die Flipcard eingeben, super nervig. Egal. Yeah, everybody knows Delver. I don't think we have to look it up.
Yeah, it's just cry for machine. It's not very kind to me.
Yeah,
Always looking to
you have to put in the whole full name.
Yeah.
And with flip cards, that's like pretty annoying.
Yeah. So basically, if Max goes to his upkeep, flips his Delver, he switched math in this situation, I believe. No, not really. He didn't. So he attacks for 6, goes to 9. Barogolf has another 2. Emperor has another 2. Attacks for lethal.
Let's see what Max top decks. If he like top decks remove a spell, the game should be pretty much over, right?
Benny, 1 card in hand, is that right?
Also, at some point,
it taps for 4.
the menace dude is big enough to get sacrificed.
Oh, destroying
that's
the clue.
spicy.
Destroying the Delver with the
clue
K
and the
command.
Delver. Interesting. He doesn't want to return something, okay?
I mean, there isn't really that much to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
right. The troll is basically just another psycho. And right now he's
Another clue, easy peasy, and
Molten Collapse
Whoa,
on the
that's gone.
Emperor. So now that looks
Also a great card. You have 2 Moodies you can choose.
as said. Smuggler's Copter with no cards in hand. I mean, this looks like
Game
we're
over.
about to see.
Also, Smuggler's Copter, such a good card. But like on its own, it's not doing anything. Days, Chain Lightning Bolt. So Benny right now is on. I have hypothetical free damage, free life. So how did he gain a clue? I think. Okay, maybe he didn't use it. Okay, drawing a card. I mean, like with days
Finding
in
the
hand,
land.
this game should be like pretty much game over. Now he's gonna draw another one, trying to flip Tamio.
Yeah. Even a prize wouldn't work, and Max
Then
is
next
smart
turn-
enough to realize that even a prize would virtually bring him to 1.
Yeah, actually, really important. Max has only 1 red source. That means he can't bolt 2 times next turn.
Yeah.
So maybe it's actually the better play to use the Chain Lightning right now.
On him.
Or end of turn
Okay.
Lightning Bolt. That's also a line, right? This is going to 4, of course. And the menace is just taking over the game.
Mid Courier.
Yeah,
Oh.
this guy is doing nothing. And that's game. Yep. I mean, like, of course he can second, who cares? He's only finding 1 card. Snuff out with the trigger on this deck, sure. now
It
there are
looks-
some discussions if we
Did it
still
at
exiling or
beginning
not.
of combat or
I guess, of course, you only play the removal spell after attack because otherwise he can crew the copter.
yeah, Max deciding not to go for end of turn.
So not going for lightning bolt end of turn. Sacking the clue. Interesting.
There's a bit of confusion going on. There sometimes is. With one of
And there's the game.
Okay, here we see it. Congrats to Max for
Max
taking it
going to the
down.
finals.
2-0, 2-0, both against Rakdos. Probably I didn't make the best deck choice for Max today. But yeah,
also
congrats to Max advancing to the final. We are taking a quick break. Afterwards, we're gonna see the second semi-final. That's gonna be Johnny against Jakob. Looks to be a quite interesting matchup. Both really tight players, knowing their game plan beforehand. Always quite well. Both playing also not the slowest in the world. So I'm happy. It should be an entertaining watch for sure.
Okay.
My assumption is like Scapeshift is really strong against most of the fair stuff. So Jakob probably gonna look to combo, but he also has some, I would say, even hate pieces against Scapeshift in Zuran Orbs and Solitudes who suddenly bring you out of Scapeshift range.
Also, what he can also do is try to like play Wasteland again and again.
Yeah,
And
Wasteland
against
recursion.
this,
Always
Johnny
good.
can also not do a lot of things. So let's see.
Let's see.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Levin and myself for the commentary. I hope you enjoyed it, and we have our commentator Gerion back here in the room with us.
Können wir gerne weitermachen.
Willst du weiter kommentieren, Willy?
Maybe. Du brauchst mal eine Zigarette.
Okay, ich hätte noch mal Bock zu kommentieren.